What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, well, I wanted to talk about the flywheel, burning SPS for DEC, and how much SPS we can expect to be burned for land overall. Now, what we're not going to take into account for this equation or this part of the thing is how much demand there will actually be, right? Because we don't really know. So we're just going to assume this at land at full capacity, which I don't think we're going to be there right off the bat, but that is the goal to get to that point. So if you assume that, then we know we need 7.5 billion DEC to maximize land all across the board. Now, that doesn't even really include any of the other transactions or liquidity pools and all that. So again, we're playing with large numbers here, but the main thing that I wanted to share with you is how much SPS we can expect to burn for every amount of DEC needed. So, or for every like small quantity of DEC needed. I shouldn't say small, but to make the numbers easy. Okay, to make the numbers easy, we're just going to assume a couple of things, right? DEC back at peg, that's the only time that we should really see the flywheel in action. And then we're going to assume SPS at roughly about 2 cents. Again, just to make the numbers easy, everything is going to be kind of on a spectrum, either above or below that. But for all intents and purposes, if we assume DEC at peg and SPS at roughly 2 cents, that means for every 1 billion DEC that we bring or print from SPS burning, we will burn roughly 50 million SPS. Okay, so for every 1 billion DEC, there will be 50 million SPS. So what that means is, I mean, if you just look at this from the standpoint that, you know, we have about 4.5 billion DEC in circulation on Hive right now, we could add another 3 billion to round it out for all of land. That would be 150 million SPS. So in the full context of where we're at, there's 1.1 billion SPS burning. You know, 150 million SPS is a little bit less than 15%, but more importantly, 150 SPS is more than 33%, more than 1/3 of what is currently liquid. And in fact, that number is even lower considering the fact that we have 100 million sitting in the DAO from the Rift Watchers sale. So I think that, you know, would that move the price a lot? Absolutely. And for every inch up that the price moves, we actually burn less SPS, right? While we are under 2 cents, right, we will be burning more SPS per every 1 billion DEC needed. But the whole point of the flywheel is to get the demand for SPS up, right? Unless it's going to be people who are receiving SPS for whatever reason already, and therefore they don't necessarily have a reason to sell and will just burn. Sorry, they don't have a reason to buy. They will just burn whatever they have. We could see a lot of that happening, at least at the beginning. I wouldn't be surprised. But as SPS starts to go up, we'll start burning less and less SPS. But with those numbers, that's kind of what I want to keep in mind as we're hopefully rounding the corner to get land out. Now, of course, when we're talking about full utilization of land, I don't think we're going to be there. A lot of people are saying 20%, maybe 30%, maybe even less than that. But what we know is there's about 1 billion or so DEC sitting in liquidity pools. That leaves still about 3.5 billion out and around, which is more than like 40% land utilization, right? For every 1.5 billion DEC, that can cover 20% land utilization. So I'm not saying that we're necessarily going to see this anytime soon. Of course, I hope we do. And of course, you know, hopefully, you know, the team is holding on to a good amount of DEC as well. I don't know how to really quantify that. We could go through the team wallets, but at the end of the day, right, once we get closer to that point, and hopefully the Rift Watchers will help to pull a lot of that DEC out of circulation and into the DAO. But right now, that's where we're at. And so could we burn 150 million SPS? Maybe, right? I don't know that we will, at least not right off the bat. That might be a land 2.0 thing. But I like kind of having that round number there. So while SPS stays at or below 2 cents, we know that for every billion DEC that's going to come into the mix, we're going to need to burn 50 million SPS. So I'm going to leave those numbers with you guys. I'm just curious to know your thoughts and how you are feeling about how much of the flywheel will be triggered for land phase 1.5. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all in the next video and see you around the game. Take care.